What we're looking for today is we're looking for non-worsening. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know, is it healing at this point? Really, we don't see that at this time. We wouldn't anyway.
Hey everyone, I just got to schoolwork. Just left another school. I just took Jax. I went into the clinic and just went over today with the nurse. I guess they have an activity schedule because they have an assembly, and we actually don't have to move Jax between the first class and then the assembly, which is right after that, because they could only fit 2 grades in the auditorium. So juniors and seniors, which is 11th and 12th grade, will be there, and they will live stream it to 10th and 9th. Jax is in 9th. So we were going over that, and then the early dismissal, because I'm taking Jax from x-rays. I had set it for right around when the final class starts, which was 15 minutes earlier than I really need Jax. And I told her that. I was like, as long as I have Jax by 3:30, we're good. But I had put it earlier just because it made no sense to go to class for 10 minutes. And she's like, well, actually, the class starts at 3:02 now, so if you come at 3. And then we figured out the elevator's still broken. Figured out where we'd have to go out. So there's that. I made myself curl my hair today since it is so ratty. I have 2-month-old braids in one section, but Danny will be working tomorrow morning from home, but there's like a weekend deployment for a number of hours. We might have a very late brunch, but I will take some time tomorrow to get started on those. I desperately need to look nicer. I've been wearing my hair up, trying to hide the madness that is going on up there. But I'm gonna go in, set up to the 4th wheel, and have lunch. Say hi to the kids. I haven't seen them in 2 days. It feels like I haven't been here in forever. And yeah, hi. Hey friends, I am done with work, and oh my gosh, my badge just stabbed me where the sun don't shine. I'm done work, and I just arrived at the thrift store. There it is. And it's so cold. Guess what happened? I was doing kindergarten, I think still. Kindergarten at first, or in the lunchroom. And the janitor came up to me and said they needed me in the office to take my picture to put on the wall outside the cafeteria. So maybe I'm questioning, sorry, I'm looking at what's out here, actually did something since I agreed to just continue on. I also told them that I'm almost done the sub process. Oh. It's cold. Yellow. Tag is 20. What's the discount today? Green and red. Well, that's rare. I'm leaving with nothing. Not a single thing. There was absolutely nothing. Usually I have several shirts for me and Sebastian. For Lucky, a book or a toy. Or little house items. Nothing. That was not worth making my lunch late. So I'm gonna go home and eat because it's almost 2.
Today's x-ray, which is here's the same side view that we were looking at right now on the MRI. So that a fracture area was around here, right? So what we're looking for today is we're looking for non-worsening. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know, is it healing at this point? Really, we don't see that at this time. We wouldn't anyway.
Yeah, so you mean just like
Takes
if it's
longer.
like either like the same or just like hasn't gotten
We
worse?
want it to look the same.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want to see the depression getting lower or the femur bone getting lower onto the tibia, and I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah.
So we're on track. No problems, no issues at this point. So let's see. Timing wise, we are at week 6 from the injury at this point. You've been toe touch weight bearing with this fracture. Let me see what the knee feels like.
Hi everyone. I'm just having some ice. I don't chew it though. That's not good for your teeth. It is 9 something, almost 10, 9:49. That's a little wrong. It's probably a little bit later. 9:50. You ready to go potty? I had a good evening with Jax. Hey, come on. No bark. Anyway, I arrived at the school right at 3. Like I said, one of the school resource officers has been Jax's escort while the elevator's been broken. It's probably gonna stay broken. I was like, I hope they fix that elevator. And he's like, yeah, the whole thing needs to be replaced. But Jax adores the guy and says he's so nice and funny and interesting and talks about anime and stuff. So anyway, that guy brought Jax out to me right on time. I did message when I arrived, but it was just a minute later, so I think they were just on it. There was a ton of people already. Like, there was 3 people already in line, and like that's not even I was there at 3 and normally I get there at 3:15, so maybe these people just get there so early. Or maybe they were doing early pickups like me. I don't know. Nobody else came out while I was there. We were too early to go straight to the appointment. So I took Jax to a Starbucks that was 5 minutes away from the appointment, and I just got a decaf Americano, got Jax a snack. Well, we tried to order an egg sandwich, an egg and smoked bacon, some cheddar or something or other, and a frappuccino. And then this super nice barista in a Baymax hat and a bow tie, a purple bow tie, came over to our table. I was like, I'm so sorry, we're actually out of this sandwich. Can I do anything else? And there weren't really any sandwiches, Jax went. And the guy suggested like the egg bites because they have the same ingredients. But Jax didn't end up liking it. Ate part of one. He gave a cake pop because I think there's a little bit of a price difference, and also I just felt bad. I did bring home the other egg bite that's in that plastic baggie there. Because Sebastian loves those things. We'll see if it saves. But then we headed to the ortho office, and I asked if anybody was in billing there, and no, they gave me a phone number because I have a bill for almost $700 for that brace. Anyway, we got pulled back really quickly. They always have a sign out on a whiteboard saying how delayed the doctors are, because there's 2 that work out of that location usually. And some days I'm there, and it said 40 minutes, but we were pulled back within less than 10. And they always do a little quick triage, pain level, taking any medicine, that kind of thing. Where's your pharmacy? We haven't had anything prescribed to us, but they always check. And then just had to wait maybe 5 minutes, and a radiologist came in and took checks across the hall. And they were doing x-rays for like 10 minutes. And Jack said it was very easier than the x-rays at urgent care and the MRI where the leg needed to be straight, because Jax can't straighten it still. But they had ways to do it bent, because, I mean, that's their whole job. And we were going to a knee specialist. Then I just choked on my own spit. Then we waited, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. And the doctor came in with his assistant. They always have a rolling cart. The assistant has computers like typing the whole time. And the last time when we needed a doctor's note, that guy typed it out and gave it to us. But he came in and brought up the x-rays and compared them. You saw he was looking right there freshly. I don't know if he probably looked before he came into the room, but yeah, I started filming right away because I always send these videos to Danny. And he's really cool about letting me get it, because I'll forget what is said. And I like to be able to zoom in afterwards and see anything I missed, because I was trying to listen. But yeah, I had been warned by a friend in my crochet group that bones take longer than 4 weeks to heal. And sure enough, he said, we're not looking for it to be better at this stage. We're looking for it to not be worse. And he said it's not worse. So that's good. Apparently we're right where we need to be. It's disappointing that we can't just like move on to the PT stage, PT being physical therapy. Friend, are you waiting for my ice? I'm so sorry. Let me give it to you. I always, when we come down, well, he's usually down here with Danny. When I come down to get ready for bed, I give him my ice, but I forgot my cup upstairs because I fill my other cup because I need ice water to take my medicine and brush my teeth and stuff. Here you go. I'm gonna go get my cup, okay? I need to put Sebastian's stuff out too. I got his pajama bag. Anyway, where was I? I told you that everything's not worse. Yeah, so basically everything's gonna continue the same with a couple of minor things. We are going to still be on crutches, still no stairs because there's just no real way to do it despite the slight differences. And what was the last thing? Brace, still in the brace. The $700 brace, which I mentioned, I was like, are we still using this brace? Because they're charging me $700. He's like, that's not right. I'm like, well, look, my insurance paid nothing. And he's like, well, then you should get that lower price. Because I told him about the paper they and we signed that said if insurance didn't pay. But what happened is insurance put it towards our deductible. So it's on the insurance, but insurance said we have to pay for it, despite it being on the insurance. So I don't know. This is a tricky situation. Anyway, he said, yes, continue to use the brace because it keeps it from twisting. So changes. We were at a stage where he called touch presser, like no weight, you can just rest your foot on the ground, and now we can do partial weight. So he said if you would normally stand with 50-50 weight on your feet, one leg holding half your body weight, the other holding half, he wouldn't want it to go past 30% of weight on the broken side. So that will be something Jax will be easing into over the next 4 weeks till we go back. And we also need to work on straightening the leg because there's a few more degrees that need to go to straighten it. And he suggested putting the leg up and putting something with some gentle weight on the lower thigh above the knee to help it straighten out. I think some of this might come with PT. But yeah, I was like, okay, after all this, since we're going to continue for another 4 weeks not walking on it, how do we go back to walking? This is tough. You lose the ability. The muscles weaken. And he's like, yes, there's going to be PT. I did choose a place that has a physical therapy. The whole half of it is physical therapy. Please let our stupid United Healthcare cover physical therapy, because this is getting expensive. If we have to pay this $700, then we're like approaching $1,000 with everything, with all these copays, urgent care copay. We're responsible for $100, $101.95 for the MRI because I spent all fucking day on the phone with United Healthcare to make sure I chose a spot that was both good and close, but also covered as much as possible. So yeah, that's where we are. Still the same restrictions at school apply. He did give us a 2-month note, and I'm like, okay, I think it might get close. I'm not sure exactly when the 2 months will end, but it might be right around our appointment. He's like, just call us and we can extend it. It's no problem. I'm like, okay. Luckily, Jax doesn't always have PE. It alternates PE and health, so it's not completely wasted class. And unfortunately, when they switched to health, they switched to the lower level, and the elevator's broken. But that was that. We got out of there. I don't know what time it was. I think it was almost 5. Approaching 5. So I gave Jax the option. I can take you straight to dinner. I can take you home. And then once we're home, you have the option. We can order food or we can go back out for food. I owed Jax General Tso's chicken. Apologize if I'm not saying that right. Because when we went out for Chinese, I assumed that Jax wanted me to share my tofu because that's what we always used to do. And I totally missed a message right immediately after I said, oh, I think we're going to go to the Chinese place. I missed a message saying, oh, I've been craving General Tso's. Can you get that for me? And I felt so bad. I was like, I owe you General Tso's. So we ended up choosing to go. Wow, the couch is so moved. It's supposed to be against that. We ended up going to our favorite Chinese place. I mean, we go to a different one now that's cheaper, but this was always our favorite for so long. And we do occasionally still order from them. And we love the owners, and they're so nice. We've known Jax since Jax was a baby. So it was expensive, but a lovely meal. And I got Kung Pao tofu because I knew Jax would share it with me, and it's delicious. I do hit like a salt wall, and then I just physically can't eat anymore because the bites are just like, oh, it's so salty. So I did hit that wall, but Jax helped me eat more of it, and we brought the leftovers home. It was just nice, and we're chatting and wonderful, yes. And then we came home, took care of the puppy, who wants to go to bed. He's back to there after eating his ice. Do you want to go to bed? We will soon. And yeah, I took my bath and then went to my beloved electric blankets, which I have not had much time with. It's just like little 10 minutes here and there. So that was amazing. And Danny messaged that Sebastian is out in his new purple hat. I made him. It is the same as this, but with like this purpley yarn. It has different shades of purple, from standard purple, no light purple, to a very, very dark, almost black purple. It took me a long time to do it because I was pulling from both ends of the skein and it's just twisting up constantly. But he was wearing that. Sebastian has literally stole all of these hats. This is the one I made for Dan for Christmas. It's like, it came out amazing. It's just 2 strands and they just happened to do this beautiful gradient. But yeah, Sebastian wears it. But one of our friends saw it. She loves purple and she wants one of those hats, and Danny was pretty confident that I had more yarn, which I do. I hadn't known how much I needed and I bought 2 skeins of it. So I am pulling from both of those skeins. One of them is probably going to run out before I'm done the hat, and I'll have to go back to both ends, which sucks. But it's going so much faster, and after 1 hour I had 4 inches done. I have to do 11 inches before I can do the final closing. So yeah, I jumped right into that while having some videos playing, and that is that. And this evening I checked the status of my application to be a substitute, and it no longer says substitute assessment. It now says application accepted, which means like if you were in a position that's going to be hiring, that just means they've accepted it into the possibilities of being hired. I don't know how it differs for the sub process, and I don't know how it differs for an internal position. Wow, I've talked for a very long time, like the length of a video, and this dog really wants to go to bed. So, but I think that's everything I need to say to you. Tomorrow's Saturday. Danny's going to be working all morning. We might go out to an afternoon brunch with him when he's all done. He probably won't want it, so just we'll have to see what's available. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. You are a real one, for making it through 16 minutes of me talking. I'll go now. Good night. Stay safe and be kind. Don't forget, wash your hands.